everybody, welcome. I'm Jane Morton. I'm here on my psychic counselling show, back with you. Been a long time because I wasn't on since before Christmas. How are we all? I hope you're all liking and sharing when you get on as well, because we love those likes and shares. Thank you very much. How many have we got watching so far, Mr. Producer? Hello, Sally. Lovely Sally, always on, aren't you, Sally? Yeah, it feels like for ages I haven't been on, because my last show was just before, well, a couple of weeks before Christmas. So hope you all enjoyed your Christmas, as weird as it was. Hi, Alison. Lovely to see you back. Hi, Pamela. Lovely to see you. Hi, Christine. Oh, I love seeing all the regulars. Hope you've all been enjoying yourselves and been watching the sofa with Richard. That's by Spooky. Hi, Vicky. What, sat on it? I don't think so. Hi, Lynn. I didn't see that. I watched about half, three quarters of the show, and I could not believe the activity. I was mesmerised by Bill as well. His voice is almost hypnotic, is the word. I think they like Bill, so I think it was a mixture of Bill and you being in the studio, Richard. I really think that's what drew him in. Hi, Stacey. Lovely seeing you. But yeah, it was mad. It was the most active I've ever seen. That put me off wanting to go back in it actually and do any therapy work. Might put my customers off and all. But yeah, so you're back on Friday, aren't you, Mr. Producer? Yeah. Oh, and it's Marcus's turn this turn. Wow. Were you worried? While everyone's tuning in and saying hello, I'm just going to ask Mr. Producer. How did you feel being in there? Hi, Gary. Well, yeah, actually, I can vouch for that. So anyone that's tuning in now that watches the paranormal show with Richard, and obviously watched the one last week with Bill and Richard, I sit in that studio. I work in there in the daytime sometimes myself when lockdown permits, but I know how dark that studio is even in the daytime, because obviously there's blackouts behind the blinds to help Richard with his recording. And obviously you turn it all off at night when you come out, and it is pitch black in there. So for him to have sat there like that, well done, Richard, because I'm not even sure I would have sat there that long. And also I've sat there in the daytime waiting for Richard to set up the other end remotely, and I've sat and witnessed the activity in the light, as some of you know, because I've talked about it before. So, but I have never ever in the whole time I've been in there seen that cat ball move. How mad is that? I kept watching the cat ball throwing itself off the sofa. Yeah, I've never seen it move ever. So I can honestly vouch, and I'm not saying it if anyone's tuned in and thinks what they're talking about, and yeah, she would say that. I can honestly vouch. I know that studio. I've sat in that studio. I know how dark it is, and I have never seen that cat ball move. So somewhere between Richard and Bill, they were loving you two, and the orbs were unbelievable. Those I have seen in there. Alison says Richard was a bit spooked when the cushion fell over. I had to keep playing it back, Alison, because I thought, what? Those cushions, they're quite flat, aren't they? But they just don't move unless you like squanch them around yourself. We're always fidgeting around on the sofa, getting comfortable with them. So I was spooked, and then I played it back, and then it did it again. And I thought, yeah, no, that was amazing activity. I was a little bit jealous, really. I wanted to be a part of it. And Richard has just told me that some people said I should be in there, but I think that's a bit mean. Anyway, we can't. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you another story. When you walk, I mean, it's not just that room, that building. You can walk through that building. There's all sorts going on. But hi, Gaynor. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, that was just mad, absolutely mad. I think the views and me watching it myself. I don't know how many others of the hosts watched it. It was just amazing. I'm new here. May I ask a question? Hi, is it Tanya? Tanya? Please, I hope I'm saying this all properly. Yeah, welcome to SPTV and welcome to my show. Please do go ahead, ask a question. Psychic counselling covers a multitude of things. So ask me if I can answer anything spiritual, I will. If you want to just ask me a general question, I can pull a card and see what I pick out for you. Sally, that's why Marcus is there Friday. He was a bit jealous, I think. So it's Marcus doing the same thing as Bill then, Mr. Producer. He's going to film in from home and talk to the spirits like you while you're sat there. Yeah. Well, let's not be jealous, Marcus, if you're watching, because I sort of was jealous, but only because I wanted to see the activity in the reel. Because how many times have we sat and done an orb show and got the orbs, but never, ever that amount of movement. So, yeah, and I think Polly or anyone that's been in there. So, well, I might do it because we can socially distance in that room and it is work. So, and it's for the good of people. So it counts, doesn't it? So watch this space. Hi, Jane. Lovely to hear from you. And a lovely name, of course, because it's mine. Hi. Oh, we've done Gaynor, haven't we? Hi, Gaynor. Yeah, lovely. Right. I'm going to say Tiana, so I hope that's right. I would like to know who my next significant relationship will be with and when possible. Okay, let me pick you a card first. So if anyone is new to the show, which a few of you have said you are, I use a deck in psychic counselling called the Psychic Tarot. They're like an oracle tarot card. They're by John Holland. And the producer will kindly put the cards up for you to see when I pick one for you. But they're beautiful cards. I've been using for quite some years. Sometimes I use them in my tarot, but these are mainly for psychic counselling. And I have turned into an actor. Hi, Jojo. First time watching as well. Right, so I've got Harmony. Hello, tattooed cat lady. So this is what I've got. Harmony number 6 for you, Tiana, which sort of says it all really, because if you can see that, you can see the partnership between those two people. That said, and I always say this to people, that partnership, harmony, means so much more. It means so much more in yourself as well. It's not just about having a partner, a physical partner. It's about being in tune with yourself and being in tune with your inner self. Sometimes when you look at that, you think, oh, yes, lovely, it's all love and romance, but it's not. It's about being true to yourself. And it's funny because obviously the reason I'm saying that to you is because of you're asking who your next significant relationship is. You have to remember all your relationships are significant, whether they're good, whether they've been bad, whether they've caused upset and emotions in different ways. They are all significant, okay? So please try and look at it that way. So don't go looking for the Mr. Perfect, the Mr. Right, because that, unfortunately, is not something that anyone's going to find. You find someone with good qualities and someone you're comfortable and with, but it is a beautiful card. Yes, it is. But you have to remember everyone has different sort of makeup to their character, so we can't all be perfect. So straight away I'm feeling that you need to, I want to take a deep breath with you and say to you, take a deep breath, try not to overthink this situation or too out there looking for it. Because I know in this time, these uncertainties that we've had these past 10 months, so many people feel quite isolated and feel they can't meet somebody, or how are they ever going to meet somebody because of the restrictions. But we mustn't think like that, because it's the timing that's important. And when we meet that person, the person that we should be spending a longer relationship with, timing is important. And when you're looking for it or trying to find it, you can be off kilter. So I want to say to you first, Tiana, you've got to do some work on yourself. You've got to work and love yourself. That's a very beautiful picture of you. So you really need to feel that love within yourself. I just feel that you need to relax a little bit, take a few steps back and just relax, and something beautiful will happen to you. I am getting springtime around you, and I want to sort of go April. I'm getting sort of like I can't think what the flowers are called. They're like little white primrosy things I'm seeing around. So I'm feeling it's April, May time. I'm seeing someone that's going to come into your life then. But you need to, like I said, pay attention to what you're putting out at the moment. Sometimes if we're putting out the wrong vibes now, you're not gonna find the right person. I'm not looking, just want to know. Been single for a while. Okay, so if you're not looking and you've been single for a while, but you're asking when that next relationship is, I do feel that the inner self still, like I said, that inner you still wondering. You don't need to wonder. Timing is of the essence, and when you meet someone, it's when it's meant to happen. And I do, like I said, there's something going on around April and May with you. I do feel there's a connection. There's flowers around it, so I'm feeling it's quite a fun time. It's quite a positive time. So for me, don't think of it as significant. Don't think of it as when that next relationship's going to be. Work on you. And when April, May comes and something happens, I want you to have that moment. Go, oh yeah, I remember that lady called Jane on that show said to me something's going to happen in April, May. Don't now plan for April, May. Just put it out of your mind. You'll be surprised what happens. And do some inner work on yourself. Yes, ma'am, I've just been working on myself and my career. Yeah, definitely. When everything else in your life is in tune, you will find everything out. Sometimes if everything's all up in the air, and we've all been feeling that these past months, things aren't going right. It's because everything's getting out of kilter. So we need to take a deep breath, because that's what I keep wanting to do with you. I don't know if you do any meditation or pranic breathing, but I just keep wanting to, like yoga, because I keep wanting to go, deep breath and relax. But when we do that, then everything starts falling into place. And when we're happy in ourselves and happy in our career and our home life is all going well, that's when that person comes into our life, that when we are a good grounding. So look out for that, Tiana. I hope, like I said, I've said your name right. Much love to you. And it is a beautiful card. So keep that harmony in mind, because there's lots of that coming around you. And look out for those flowers, tiny little white flowers. I want to keep seeing, like primrose, I think it is. I know they could be yellow as well, but I just feel something around that as well. So look out for it. Could be where you meet them in the outdoors. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Cameron. Thank you for coming back and seeing us. It does feel like ages I've been on it. Plus, I've got the Sunday sofa this week, so I'm on twice this week. So I'm so greedy. Hi, Vicky. Okay, yeah, I'll just quickly say that the Sunday sofa this week, obviously we're going to be doing it on Zoom again or Skype again because of this distancing we've got to do. But we are thinking of the subject this week to be on near-death experiences, or you forgot it, NDEs. There is another one, I can't think what it is, where you have an experience of someone, you feel they're going to die, and then you find out they have. And I can't think what that definition is, but it's gone out of my head. Terrible, I've lost my memory. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about near-death experiences on Sunday. So if any of you are watching today and are going to tune in on Sunday for me, Polly and Leah, please do get some, if you've had an experience, please join in. Write it down now if you want, so you can talk about it. You can email it to SPTV, because there's obviously some stuff with our Facebook page and YouTube prior, but obviously, yeah, that's what our subject's going to be Sunday. So we're giving you a little bit of pre-warning of what we're going to be talking about, and I hope you're all going to tune in and enjoy that. I personally have had a near-death experience. Nearly had a second one more recently, but I think that was more a vision, a warning. So yeah, please do join in for that, because we look forward to talking about that. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. B. Thank you for joining us. Oh, hi, Joe. See, Mr. Producer knows all your names. I don't. Hi, Nokomis. Nokomis, I hope that is lovely. Like that picture. I've been doing some shamanic work today, actually, so that's quite interesting. Seeing drum. Hi, Vicky. I see that. I really want to know where my current relationship is going. Has had a lot of difficulties. Okay, Vicky. Let's see what we can do. I don't know why. As I'm just shuffling the cards, Vicky. I've just got the 12 months figure. Someone's given me 12 months. They're telling me something to do with 12 months. So I don't know if this is coming up for some anniversary, or 12 months is relevant. I don't know. It's not even giving me the month. It's going 12 months, if that makes sense, which is very weird, because that's a year in my calendar book, but they're going 12 months. That's the way they seem to want to say it. So let me know if 12 months is relevant to your relationship. I'm also getting that Christmas was quite strained. I'm getting a little bit of discomfort in my throat. I've got patience and planning, number 7. Excuse me, people. I feel like there was some strained, it was quite strained over Christmas, and I'm feeling that someone was having some problems with their throat, which is quite ironic in this current situation. But feel like I want to keep clearing my throat. So I'm not sure if that's relevant. And patience and planning is quite. It can be more about building foundations. Yes, yeah, I'm getting Christmas quite off. I feel quite tearful over Christmas. I feel quite agitated, and I'm feeling a sense of pacing. I feel like I'm pacing, if that makes any sense. I feel like I'm going backwards and forwards to a different room because I feel like I'm avoiding having an argument. So I'm just getting, it's easier to walk into a different room than actually have an argument. So I'm not sure if that's relevant as well. But yeah, patience and planning. You've got the two columns going up. You've got like sunshine rings going around it. You've got snow and rain either side. It's showing that sort of turmoil that I feel that you've been going through, those different seasons in bit different feelings of emotions. Normally, like I said, it's about building. Yes, I was in tears and I was upstairs, downstairs. It sounds like an old series I used to watch back in the 70s. Yeah, I just feel that I've got an agitation around you. I feel I don't know where, I was hiding in bed. Yeah, I feel like I don't know where to go for some privacy, to cry. I also feel that you feel that where you were emotional, you had to hide that. You didn't want to be seen as weak. I feel that you wouldn't have got any sympathy had you been seen doing that. I feel that you're trying to be strong, and actually crying is good for all of us. It's a good way of releasing our emotions. It's a good way of releasing negativity, and we need to cry. We need to let things out, not bottle things up. So, but I'm feeling that your partner would have seen that as some kind of weakness. So let me know about that as well. But I just feel that this with those columns, I feel like they're going to crumble. I feel like they're on the concrete and they're on the concrete wall, but I just feel if someone actually just went out and touched them, they could crumble. Everything seems to be built on very dodgy ground. Yes, my partner doesn't support me when I cry. No, I'm getting that. I think it's coming from a sense that he sees crying or showing your emotions as a weakness, and that's come from his own upbringing. That's not because he's heartless. I think it's just the way it's. Yeah, I just feel that it's not something that's been instilled into them, and I don't, try to get past that, because we can't all be the same makeup, and we have to go with how we were brought up as well. And obviously that doesn't make a person bad, it's just how that's been instilled into them. But I just feel that this relationship was not built on very firm grounding anyway. If I was truthful, I feel like someone's thrown something together. I can't quite put how it's taken me to like some sort of building. I can see that from his up. Yeah. Well, no, sorry, Mr. Producer's reminding me that I should be watching What Sex I Say, but I'm the psychic, and if it comes out he, then I'm adamant it's a he. But anyway, thanks, Mr. Producer. But yeah, I just feel that I keep getting to a construction sort of site, so it's almost making me feel like building is around it. But the building, I don't know if it's because he's in a building trade, or because someone's built this, and if it was proper work, it's been built shoddily. If that makes sense. I feel like the grounding, the foundations were not strong in the first place, which is obviously the biggest thing in any relationship. Because if you've got those foundations right, then you can work on anything together. But if those foundations were crumbly from the beginning, then that's not a very good basis to work from. So I feel people can't see it because my hands are down there, but I'm very hands-on. I am when I'm doing my readings face-to-face. So I just feel that I want to keep doing this. It's a little bit like you two are not quite connecting in the same way. If you're a puzzle, you're mismatched pieces at the moment. Something is amiss. And I feel like I want to go right back to day one and start again and find out how that relationship could be changed. That said, I am not feeling at the moment that you've grown in this period of time. You've actually realised you are quite different. And I think you know that, Vicky. That's probably where some of the tears are coming from. So let me know if that is making sense to you and you do understand what I'm saying. Although we do a lot of relationships on this show now, since we've been on YouTube, I still like to try not to be too, it is a live forum. People will go back and hopefully watch it for years to come, who knows. But, I'm quite mindful of that. So I don't like to be too personal. It's still your private life. I do understand what you're saying. Okay, thank you for that, because there's a line that I don't like to cross when it's a public forum. In a one-to-one, you can be more private. But I can see you're very different. And normally that doesn't make, people being different can still build a relationship. That's what makes relationships fun and work well, because they have outside interests. But I just feel you two are not meeting as a jigsaw piece. You are not, if you did touch those columns in that card, one would crumble, one would stand tall. And believe it or not, it'd be you that would stand tall, because your tears are not a sign of weakness. They're a sign of frustration. You deserve to do more and have a better feeling around yourself, is how I'm going to end that, actually, Vicky. You know what's right for you. So much love to you, and I hope that helps for you to make a decision. Okay, then. Have we got any more hellos, Mr. Producer? Tattooed lady, can I ask about my relationships? Feel free, yes. Hi, Shooter. Shooter, yeah, I think we've had the Shooter on before. Beautiful bunch of flowers. Hi, Andrea. Yeah, if anyone wants to ask a question, please do. Just ask the question. I don't get to see all the comments, how I'm set up, because obviously I'm at home. But from Canada, that's lovely. But yeah, please ask questions, and then Mr. Producer will try and get them across to me, and I can try and answer them. So, Jojo SA, is that from where they are, or is that there? Okay. Please may I have a reading if you feel drawn to it. Okay. I will apologise now. It's actually gone quite quiet, so I think maybe it was all my psychic tuning in. I've had some roofing work going on today. It should have been tomorrow. I did it on purpose, so I wasn't in the no noise. So if you do hear any banging on my dog barking, it is my roofers. Okay. Spot on. Thank you, Vicky. You look after yourself. Take care, and you do what's right for you. Don't let anyone else stop that. Okay. I've just looked out the window. The roofers have disappeared, so that's good. Then we will be quiet unless someone else disturbs me today. Well, they have been here since 9 o'clock, and they were meant to be here tomorrow, so I wasn't overly impressed, because I cleared my diary tomorrow so that I didn't have to do all this. And so far, I've had 3 meetings before this, and I'm trying to do an online spread for somebody by tonight, and it's not good. Right, Jojo. I'm getting a black. I think it's I don't know. I'm not very good with dog makes. I'm getting a black Labradoodle thingy, like floppy ears. Well, I've got a cat. I'm no dog expert. I've got a Cavachon, so it's sort of white. It's a cross between King Charles and a Bichon. But this is like I think it's a Labradoodle, so it's like a Labrador with a poodly thing. So it's that wiry. Anyway, I'm getting it. I don't know why I'm getting it. It's just sitting there staring at me, smiling at me. And I will say now, just because I see things doesn't mean they're in the past either. I have to wait a bit longer, because it could be it's something in the present, because I can see past life, but I can also see people in the physical world. And for you, I've got number 2, movement, choices and decisions. So I don't know why either. I've just got, I don't know if that's up yet, Mr. Producer, but I've just got a picture of Capitol Hill. I don't even watch politics. I'm not even interested. And I'm sorry if you're from America. That's my apologies. But I've just got a vision of America's Capitol Hill. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Let me know if that's relevant to you for some reason, if that's affecting you for some reason, because I've just seen, I've not even been to Washington, but I'm seeing the building, and it's a bit bizarre. I've got lots of lights around you as well. I've got lots of the chakra. I feel like you're a little bit out of balance at the moment. I don't know if you know anything about chakras. They run through our body. They're scientifically proved, so they're not something that people think our spiritual people have made up. They do actually exist. And I'm just feeling at the moment there's a lot of disalignment with you. I also work as a therapist, holistic therapist, so I do aromatherapy and work with healing with chakras as well. So if I went down your body at the moment, I feel like I want to go like that, like zigzaggy, like a snaky sort of movement, and it should all be in line. So I don't know if you are out of sorts with that, and you are aware of that. I just feel everything's all over the place at the moment. And it's tuning in, it's making me zoom in. The card in itself, it's generic meaning, they all have a generic meaning, is usually about marriages and movements and career movements. It's usually about new life. So like, you know, when you marry and you get your new home, and then you've got new careers and you're setting up home. But it's not, for me, it's zooming in the middle of the card to the two rings, the pink, the fuchsia colour, which is actually, must be my eyesight because it should be red. It's sort of zooming into that. It's telling me about the grounding, and it's going into those two rings. So it's telling me of a commitment of sorts, but I feel there's some uncertainty going on. Not in America, South America. Well, it's weird because I'm seeing this building. I don't know whether then it's relevant to a building. There's some sort of, because I'm not a politics person at all, but I'm just seeing this very stately building, and it made me think Capitol Hill. So I have no idea what that's about. But yes, very out of balance, trying to clear my energy via meditation. Yeah, I do. I feel like I said, you're very wishy-washy. It's like a snake. It's going, you know, like the when you see the old Indian on their fluty thing and the snake's coming out the basket. So I feel you're going at the moment. I feel quite like I feel like I've got to keep putting my feet down firm and grounding while I'm talking to you. So I feel very floaty, like I'm not quite where I should be. So obviously that's making sense to you, the chakras. That's great. But it is just showing me, it's going back to this commitment thing. I feel there's some sort of commitment. There's some sort of decision that should have been made, but that it's wavering. And I can't, it's really weird because the rings, when I look at them, are floating. They're floating around in that space, like they've not quite landed on the fingers. So let me know if that's making any sense to you. It's like they haven't physically been put on the hands yet. They've just sort of floating around in space somewhere. I don't know if that's because something's been postponed, but it's very, it's drawing me in continuously. And it's not just for that red grounding. It does seem relevant to the rings. Now, it's gone out of my head what your question. I know you asked me for a question, and was it related? I'm terrible, Mr. Producer. I'll get on one and I forget where I am. I can't remember what your question was. I'm just going on what the card's telling me about you. Was it a relationship question? Currently working on a relationship with my husband. Yes, rings. Okay, so that makes sense to you, because I feel like they should be on hands because I keep touching the wedding finger. I've had 2 marriages, so I know where the wedding finger should sit. And I just feel that they're floating around. So obviously you're saying yes, the rings make sense. So then you know where I'm going with that. So I'm guessing then it's been some hard times. There's been some. I mean, there's no one out there that can honestly say that they haven't had some ups and downs during these periods, because relationships really do take a lot of work, a lot of ground, like I said earlier, foundations, and you need to keep building on them. You can't just expect it all to go the right way. Once you marry someone, you don't expect it, that's it, it's all happy and you don't have to do anything. That's a daily effort, and it takes what you have to do maintenance on it, I suppose is how you sort of say it. So and there will be lots of people that have had different things happen in a relationship because they've spent more time with their partner or they've spent less time with their partner, depending what their status has been during this pandemic. So, it's about remembering why you were partners and working on that foundation. I want to always say, go back to basics. So if you are struggling with that relationship at the moment, thank you. Yeah. If you are struggling, and obviously you just confirmed you are, then go back to your basics. It's it'd be easy for any psychic to sit and go, oh no, that relationship's over with, but that's not the right thing to say. Oh no, you know, you got to keep going. For me, it's about how you are. When people ask these questions, they know they're having problems. They know that deep down they're struggling, but that doesn't mean a relationship's coming to an end, because with yours, I'm not feeling, with the rings floating around, it's not a complete cut off. So for me, I feel the rings are floating because they need to be back on. That's more of a, what's the word, because I'm not very methodical whatever way, it's not physical as such. It's showing me that they're only floating because there's some issues. It doesn't mean it's permanent. If they were not meant to be back on in that way, they would have dispersed. I would have seen them gone away. So for the moment, I feel that there's still room for improvement. There's still, you've just asked a question, will the relationship improve? 26 years, well, that's a long time, so it's never always going to be easy. I think the fact it's at the early stages where you can still work on that if you want to, because that is the other question. Sometimes we worry about the habit, that we've got used to it, it's become a habit, and we worry about what we'll do without that because it's like a fix really, and we think, oh, we haven't got that, what we're going to do. So it's about being true to yourself again. If you feel that your marriage is not serving you no more, not your partner, you, then you have to make that decision what you want out of life. But there are sometimes we have blips in our life where we just need something else to keep our minds busy, and it's not to do with our marriage, it's to do with us. So maybe it's you that needs some work on what can help you and how you can feel happier. But I don't feel this marriage is ready to dissolve yet because those rings are still floating. I think there's still work to be done if you both choose to. Again, it takes two to work at a marriage. It's no good if one's putting all the effort in and the other one isn't, because then that's just a lot of energy and getting thrown back in your face. So I feel if you choose to and you want to, then you have to work at this marriage and go, like I said, go back to the foundations, go back to how you used to feel, and maybe try and work out how that, because sometimes it's just, like I said, that habit, that routine, and it's just plodded along a bit and you just need a bit of refreshment. But don't give up yet. I feel no end is in sight for you. I don't think you should give up yet, but I do think you need to work on yourself and find out what it is that you're feeling you're missing, because it maybe you just need to go and find a hobby or find something that will make you happy, if that makes sense, Jojo. Let us know. Obviously, we love the feedback. And if I'm wrong, I'm happy for people to say I'm wrong. It may not feel that at the moment, but things happen several months down the line. Yes, you're right. I think it's work that I need to do for myself, and he does too for himself. Thank you. I agree. Back to when we fell in love. Most definitely. But also have your separate interests, have your life. It's almost like a little energy boost. It refreshes you, and then when you have your time together as a married couple, you appreciate each other more. We all take people for granted, not just in marriages. Kids take their parents for granted. Work colleagues take people for granted. We're all guilty of it. We're only human. But sometimes we just need reminding how to go back and get that spark back. So much love to you, Jojo. You go and do some inner work on yourself. That makes you happy. Don't worry about him, because that you can't force someone else to do that. You just work on yourself and see how you feel after that. Okay. And thank you for tuning in today. Have we got anyone? Hi, Tracy. How are you? Tracy's missing me. She's my school friend. Hi, Gaynor again. I'd love a reading if you joined me, Jane. Okay, let's see what I can get for you, Gaynor. And if anyone's there, tell me if they've got a dog jumping around anywhere, because this dog's still sitting smiling at me. It's funny because earlier on I got a green gate. Someone's sitting and swinging a green gate. So I don't know if it's a garden I've tuned into. My mum passed away last September. Is she around me? I miss her so much. Okay. As I was talking about that green gate, Gaynor, can you just let me know if it's like a little garden gate? It's quite, I'm not going to say it's like a bottle green. It's not a very nice green. Well, I'm not a green person, so I shouldn't say that. But yeah, because I'm trying to tune in and I'm getting like a gardening area, so I don't know if that's relevant to her, because I was talking about the gate as you asked that question. I know you miss me, Tracy. It's the only way we can communicate. You've got to come on my show. Right, I've got new beginnings. What I named my business after. Number 0. Number 0. You got that, Mr. No, Sally, it's not an Alsatian. I know what an Alsatian looks like. Everyone knows what an Alsatian looks like. It's like a black lab, but it's a cute dog. It's just sitting there wagging Yeah, it's lovely. Okay, so let's go back to Gaynor. New beginnings, Gaynor. It says it all, really. It's what I named my business after, because it's about starting anew. And for your mum, as sad as it is for you and all your loved ones that miss her, obviously as a spiritual person and as a psychic, I don't believe we die. I believe there's more to that. So for me, it's showing your mum's on her new journey, over, in the afterlife. So and I am getting, as I'm touching the cards, a great strength of character from her. I feel that she was quite not. I don't find that she was like a powerful person. I don't mean that with strict character. I just feel that she was this sort of almost the matriarch of the family, but in a very despite how strong she was and how everyone relied on her, she came across with quite a soft nature. I feel like lots of people went to her, actually. I feel that there could have been other people would go to your mum for help, because I just see her sat there and people would ask, it's not even asking for advice. I feel people would go to her, just have a chat with her in general, and always feel better for talking to her. So she has a very great strength of character there, where without realizing it, her ability to touch others was quite natural. She had quite a natural ability to give that vibe out. I feel like you could have quite a warm sensation sat in her company, even if you were having a rubbish day or the weather was rubbish. Cup of tea with your mum, and I just feel that life would be seem a little bit happier. It is still relatively new. It's not even reached her first anniversary. So for you and your family, it's quite a recent grieving, and there's still obviously lots of processes to go through with that. So I don't know why, but when I said about a cup of tea, I'm getting some teapot. I'm being shown a teapot. Let me know if that's relevant. I can see you're saying you're not sure about the gate. The gate came in before, so the gate could be for anybody else that's coming on or just watching. I have no rhyme or reason when things come into my head, but I am just being shown a teapot, and it was after I said about sitting with your mum and having a cup of tea. So I don't know if it's weird, because it's not like a teapot collection, but I do think the teapot's quite specific for some reason. And I'm not sure why I'm being shown it. It's not vintage of such, but it's certainly not one of these modern day teapots. But yeah, I just feel lots of warmth around your mum, lots of calmness, lots, like I said, people felt they could just go and offload, even if she didn't necessarily give lots of advice about it. I just feel that you could just go and offload and feel 10 times better for it. I have a great envelope around me of love and warmth with her. It is hard, like I said, because it's still relatively new and you're still going through your grieving process. But I truly believe everyone's loved ones are always watching over them, always looking over them, and they will try and give signs if you're ready for them. And they will try and let you know when they're there, whether a favourite song comes on, even TV programme could be relevant. That you could pick something up in the supermarket, it's relevant. The signs are so simple, but obviously it's whether you're paying attention. I'm also getting, and I've had this all week anyway, and they are quite spiritual, I'm getting a red robin appearing, sitting there. I've actually been seeing red robins all week, so I know they're always around where I live anyway, but I just seeing this red robin sitting there as well. And it's just taking me back to that garden again. So I don't know if she liked her garden or like sitting in her garden, but I can see the red robin, but I can hear like tweeting of birds. Let us know, Gaynor, if any of that's making any sense, because I'm not sure if you're still on. I've not seen any more comments come up, but just remember your mum will be watching over you, but you need to go through a process still. You need to go through your grieving process. It is very early days. And it was very close to Christmas as well, and I'm just getting a just feeling of great love and support around you at the moment, like you're still not quite ready. Very strong and very soft nature. Yes, still grieving, not sure on teapot. Teapot's quite relevant. She's not necessarily pouring it either. It's like she's just showing me a teapot. It's quite It's weird. I don't even think it gets used. I don't think the teapot gets used. I don't know if you've been in her house doing any clearing out, but look for a teapot. There's some relevance to this teapot. It's not one you'd put tea in. I mean, I read tea leaves, and it's certainly not one that's been used. I can see it's not been used. There's a relevance to it, and I'm not sure what for. And yes, because you're still grieving, and you're saying you're ready for signs. Yes, you'll be ready for the signs that only they think you're capable of receiving at the moment, because no one's going to scare anyone too much. But just remember, as sad as it is, and especially if you have down days, that your mum is always with you, because I just feel this massive, like I said, this envelope of love. So I feel quite safe, that safe feeling. So if you're getting that sensation, that's what she's showing you. She's enveloping you in love. I feel that she just wants to protect you and put lots of love around you. She loved her garden. I think we had a green gate when I was little. Right, okay, that maybe the teapot is relevant to when you were young, because it's something, I feel like it's sentimental. I don't know if it would have been her mother's, but if you are having to sort a house through, just look out for it, because it is, like I said, it's not vintage. It's not like something you'd see on Antiques Roadshow, but it's just, there's a relevance, there's a sentimental relevance to it. And the garden, I just feel quite peaceful, and the birds are quite peaceful. So she is with you, Gaynor. I don't know if you're doing any spiritual work. I do feel there's a little bit of a stopgap at the moment, and that could be grief, because grief needs to play its part, and we shouldn't try and overthink it, and we certainly shouldn't progress it. But just take each day as it comes for now, because I just feel that you've got to remember that love, that constant love is around you, and just grieve. Okay. So much love to you, and thank you for answering that, Gaynor, because I thought we'd lost you for a bit then. I'm going to have a little drink because I'm feeling a little bit parched. Hi, Di. Hi, Christine. Hi, Lex. Hi, Laura. Don't forget, ask me a question if you want to ask me a question, and it can be any question. Obviously, this is my first show for 2021, so you can ask me a question or let me know how you've been feeling since the Christmas break. But yeah, you can ask me a spiritual question. I will answer it if I can. Like I said, Sunday Sofa this Sunday, we're going to be talking about near-death experiences. I've personally experienced one, so that's quite fascinating. So I'm not going to tell you about that now. You've got to tune in Sunday to find out what happened. But yeah, ask me anything. And again, if you have got relationship problems, by all means, ask me. If I can pick anything up, I will pick you a card, see what I get from the card. But also, if someone comes in, I don't always work as a medium. I always play more my psychic abilities, but the mediumship is there, so I never know when something's coming in or not. Thank you, Gaynor. And you talk to a lot. Good for you. And keep doing that, because it does help the grief. It's better to, and it's also better to express that as well than hold it in. I lost my dad a few years ago, and I'm a lot different to my brothers, but I'm spiritual and they're not. So it's always good to talk. Is the dog still there? Black lab with some white on it. If I look at my hair, Pamela. Anyway, because that's what when I look at him, I know Richard's laughing now. Miss Richard's laughing, but you know those long, like floppy, bit wavy, like spaniel ears. He's sort of got ears like that, which is why I'm thinking, is that a labradoodle? Because it's more, I don't know. But if you looked at my hair, I feel like I'm looking at a mirror image of myself. It's not funny. So can't see any white at all. It's totally black dog. Totally black dog. And he's just sitting, smiling. You know, when you just sit at full frontal, and he's just sat smiling. Well, obviously dogs don't smile, but if you're a dog owner, you know your dog does smile. I know what I mean. But yeah, so can't help you there. Someone please tell me who this dog is. I often get pets, and although I'm a dog person, I've never really had that. I mean, I don't do any animal communication. I only do healing on my own dog. So, but it's mad. But then I often get children, and I've never really wanted to work with children, but I certainly get a lot of children now. I'm working as a spiritual. Well, yeah. Right, have we got any more hellos, people? No. Okay, so if you've been asking any questions, Mr. Producer's going to start siphoning them through for me, so I'll see if I can get through them. Hi, Chim. See, that looks like a little chihuahua, which is the Chim her. That's it, I bet. That does look like a little, wearing a cardigan, a bed cardigan by the looks of it. Cute. I've got to laugh at that picture, actually, without being told off for waffling. But I came in the other day. I've been doing COVID testing. I've been doing some temporary work COVID testing kids in school. And I came in and my dog had got in my bed. He had pulled back the quilt, got in my bed and was laying on my pillow. I was not impressed because he's very muddy at the moment as well. Yeah, so there you go. Do you want me to do that one, Mr. Producer? Okay. Okay, Shooter, I'm getting a tickling around my mouth. Don't know. I'm going to do a reading for you, Shooter, but as I'm talking to you, I'm getting a tickling around my mouth, like a feathery tick. It's funny. Hi, Kelsey. Thank you for joining us. I'm getting a real like pins and needles, bit like tickly around my mouth. Let me know if that's because as soon as I looked at your name, I got that around my. Because I put my hand up like that. I thought, wait, that's weird vibration. And I've got for you awareness number 1. I'm also getting a little bit of a sinusy, fuzzy head with you, Shooter. I want to keep one because I feel like I want to clear my nose. I feel like there's a little bit of congestion going on, and it's taking me straight to my third eye, which in that card, the awareness is actually circling our crown chakra, but I'm feeling that something's blocking at the moment. I feel that there's a little bit of a blockage going on, so it's making me want to do this with my third eye, and I feel like it's all blocked down my face. So I've got a great sense that you do some kind of spiritual practice. It's making me think it's more in the meditation, but I just feel that something's not connecting, something's not. I just want to keep clearing that channel down. So let me know if that's resonating with you, because so apologies for everyone when I start sniffing, but I just feel like I want to clear your channel. I want to do some work on your crown, and I want to get that cleared through your third eye, because the rest of it, although we start from the base and work up, we draw the light down, and I feel that you could work on all your chakras, but as soon as you have to draw that light through, it's stopping you. So I don't know if you're not doing your meditation properly, or something's stopping you from proceeding. I feel there's a little bit of a fear factor going on there. You wrote pins and needles with your spectacles. Is that like, because I'm terrible with those emojis, is that oh, I don't know, was that yeah, that makes sense, because I went to do that all around my lips. Apologies to anyone that's had Botox or work on their lips, because I haven't. I'm just aging gracefully because I do, but I just felt it was a really weird sensation. Yep, working on my chakras. Okay, so is that making sense then about the blockage here? Because I just feel that crown and that third eye is really not connecting properly at the moment. Now, not too much of a problem if you're not working as a psychic. Be a massive problem for me if I was having problems there, because that's obviously where I connect to spirit, and that's obviously where I get my psychic abilities from, and it all needs to be in line. But I just feel I want to give you a good clear out. If you look at the card, there's lots of purple and blue above the crown, and obviously that is the purple is our as third eye. But I just feel that it could be the blues telling me that you're not probably speaking out enough, and that's in general, that's in day-to-day life. I don't feel that you stand up for yourself enough and speak out enough, and I feel that's what's blocking these chakras at the moment, because the awareness is almost saying that you're very aware of spirituality, you're very aware of where you would like to be, or where you would like to be on your journey, but something's holding you back. I just feel that I just want to give you a good I feel like I want to send you a lot of healing to push that through. So let me know. And I also feel that you've been doing a lot of work on that, more so than anything else, which is great, because why not use this time to do work on stuff that we enjoy or we want to know more about. But sometimes we can overthink these situations, and that may be what's blocking it, because you're overthinking it, and it needs to be more natural flowing. I'm not getting a great deal. It's weird. I'm not getting a great deal of. I just got a teacher. I don't know what relevance that is. I've just got a teacher. I don't know if you're going or you're having an online teaching course, because I've just got the word teacher in my head. But I feel that in general, you are in a reasonably comfortable place. You're just putting too much energy, but the anxiety energy, into this spiritual work, and it needs to be done in a much more lighter, gentle nature. I feel like, again, I want to do a deep breath with you, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of pranic breathing, just calm down and do it that way, because that chakra, to align the chakras, is where we must get it right first. Because that's what sets us off for the day, or sets us off on our problems. We'll go into your throat. It's all the respiratory stuff. It's also all our outlets. Not a great one to talk about actually with all this COVID, but it is the outlets, the ears, the nose, the mouth. I just feel like I want to give it a good clear out, and a good, like I keep sniffing. I want to just try not to overthink it, is what I want to say to you. I just think enjoy it. Don't overthink it, and don't be scared, because I don't know if this teacher that I'm seeing is actually more on a spiritual nature, and I feel that you may have encountered a guide, but you're not sure on how to proceed with this, because this teacher figure does feel more of a spiritual level, so not of this earth plane. So I'm wondering if you've done a meditation that's slightly unnerved you, and it's now making you you're not relaxing, you're not taking it in properly. Let me know, confirm that, because we should never be scared of our meditations, and we should never be scared of any of them. Not done enough practice beforehand, then we've literally it's like jumping from 0 to 10,000 in 20 seconds. Now, I desire for a teacher to guide me on spiritual practice. I think you've seen a teacher, and your guides in your dreams and your visions, you've seen a spiritual teacher, and I think that spiritual teacher is coming from someone. Obviously you have many guides around you, but there's only a main guide that you would truly connect to. So maybe they're trying to show you something, and you're not paying attention because this is all blocked. So there's plenty of teachers on SPTV. Don't want to plug it, but there is, because that's what I'm here to plug. If you're needing some spiritual practice and some guide work, please do go on to the learning page on the Facebook page, because there's so many of the hosts here that do also, not only do they do their shows, but they've got obviously their own businesses like myself, and they do guidance work, and a few of the people on here have done these courses, so they can obviously speak as they find. I know Pamela and Stacey have done work, so maybe that's what you need. Great opportunity. We're all online now. There's no excuse where we live, what country we live in. It can still be done through these online technologies. So I just feel that that's the guidance, and this spiritual nature teacher I'm seeing is obviously coming to you, and you're not quite grasping it. So you definitely need a mentor, a sort of teacher, to sort of help you adjust to this. So let us know if that makes sense, Shilta. And I just feel there's lots going on in there, and when it does come out, you need to be ready for it. So make sure that you pick a teacher that resonates with you and you can work well with as well, because it's quite an awakening. People think that this is all, it's lovely and it's an awakening, but I can assure you, when you have your awakening, your real true awakening, or you jump into this path, and even if you do it for yourself or do it as work, it's not as fluffy as people think, or even as some may disregard it. It really actually can be quite. It's a process, physically, mentally, and you do need to be prepared for it, but to also enjoy it and accept it. It's not something that's done. That was easy. It's gradual as well, and it usually comes with a lot of emotion. That's all I'm going to say. But don't be scared of it, because it's also quite beautiful. So much love to you, Shooter, and I hope that helps you. And please do look on the learning page and see if there's anyone there that can help you. Okay. I'm sorry. Waiting. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. I love the Americans. My friends live in Florida, and I just love the way that everyone's so polite and call you ma'am. It's not at this. Hi, Ruth. Okay. Andrea, you're asking about your health. Obviously, we are not medically trained, so I really wouldn't be comfortable offering a general health. How can I put it without saying? I'm not medically trained in the holistic world. I might be to offer health advice, so I wouldn't like to give that advice. But I'm happy to give you a general reading. And that said, to cover my insurance, if I pick up an ailment, I may mention it, but that doesn't mean that and if anyone that's had a one-to-one reading with me anyway, even if I pick up ailments, because even in my healing I can do that, it's advisory, and I only pick up stuff, and I'd advise people to still seek a GP, okay? Because we're holistically trained, but we're not medically trained, and we still need that conventional practice. And for you, I've got mental conflict number 2. And it's excuse me, it is weird because I feel what I thought, oh, I picked my glass up and then that happened, and I thought, oh, I'm streaming. Sorry, people. I'm still here, and I'm still here, Andrew, and I'm still holding your card. I don't know if Richard's lost that. Mental health, mental conflict, number 2. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to go too much into your health, but I do feel it's causing you great anxiety. It's making me want to do this with my head again. I feel that it's causing you frustration, actually, is the word I want to use. It's more, I feel that you're having barriers. You're struggling with barriers. I don't know if you're getting the right support and care. when I obviously picked that card up when we came back on, I called it mental health, and I hope I haven't offended you of that, but I just feel that a lot of this is more causing you the anxiety, the worry, and obviously anxiety sits within the mental health bracket, so it's nothing for anyone to be ashamed or worried about. But it just feels like that this is, there's lots of restrictions in place, and it's still, people still need proper care with other issues. So I don't know if there's anyone you can talk to try and help this along, but I do feel this is playing a massive part with you at the moment, and it's causing you more anxiety, and whatever the ailment is. Because if I was truthful, I'm not picking up, like I said, I do healing, I often pick out ailments anyway, psychic work, we often pick out ailments, but I'm not picking up a massive physical sensation around you, and I'm feeling a lot of this is more anxiety, and it's more how your state of mind has got over these past months, and it's from I just feel like it's frustration. So, and that in itself is affecting your day-to-day life. So when I said to one of the callers earlier about how different things in our life, if we've got all sorts of things going on and none of them seem to be progressing, or none of them are making us happy because things are going wrong, everything's going wrong because we're just that anxiety, and we're pushing it out there, and the universe is listening to all this negativity, so they're just giving us negativity back. And I just feel for you that you can't progress or move forward because of this worry. So I just want you to try and find someone that can give you some support and get you on the right track to find out what is going on. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I can't comment on general ailments or surgery or anything like that, but I'm just feeling at the moment your mindset, that mental conflict is causing you massive frustration and anxiety, and you can't think past anything else at the moment. There's nothing else in life that's everything's taken a back seat because this is constantly on your mind. I have just made, to anyone that's watched me and known me through most of the pandemic, I broke my leg in July, so I was in a wheelchair for some time, and I couldn't walk for several months, and I'm still walking with a stick. But it's just made me look at my wheelchair, so I don't know if there's some kind of muscular problem you've got, some kind of mobility problem that's going on, because it is making me keep staring at the wheelchair that's folded up. So again, and I know, again, I suffer fibromyalgia, so I know how debilitating certain conditions can be, and not every day, but they can get you down, and that certainly affects, and that can affect my mental well-being, because when you can't get out and you're confined, it's obviously not good for our souls, as I say it. So for you, Andrew, at the moment, I just feel this has taken a total front seat, but a lot of it's come from frustration, and I just feel you need some proper support. And if you're struggling to do it, get someone that can step in and do it on your behalf. So can you just give us an update and just if you're still on, because you might thought, oh, she's gone with my card. Technology today, eh? But yeah, just give us an update and see if that makes sense. It is hard, so we don't want to talk about health questions. We're not qualified to do. We don't want someone watching us who could be a trained doctor or nurse and get frustrated with us. So we have to be very delicate with health questions. But if you could give me an update on what I've just explained, that would be great, Andrea. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if she's still on, Mr. Producer. No. Okay. So if you've gone, Andrea, and you do play this back, let us know. But that is what I've picked up for you today. And we're all guilty of it. Anyone else that's sitting there thinking that we are all guilty of it. Something can go wrong, and it consumes us, and it takes a front seat, and then our other day-to-day stuff gets put on the back burner. But because that's consumed us, and it's made us feel frustrated, or we just don't seem to be getting anywhere. And that, like I said, will be happening a lot in lots of different situations at the moment because of what the pandemic's done to everyone's sort of lifestyles, really. But sometimes we just need to ask someone else for help if we're struggling to get past it. So have we got anyone else? Okay, so when you say I'm coming out really slow, I'm coming out like really slow. No, so Okay, so I understand since we lost connection and we've come back on, we've got some buffering going on as the technology as Mr. Producer uses. So I'm coming out a little bit slow and not. I don't know if I'm making sense to everybody. Actually, I don't make sense at the best of times, even if you were seeing me face to face. So I won't worry about it. But yeah, so I could probably try and do one more and then maybe call the show to an end if we're going to have some technical problems. This is the downside of not being in the studio, I suppose. I've been working on a project that I'm blocked. Is it the right thing to do? Okay, let's have a look. I can't call you tattooed cat lady. I'm going to go cat, okay? I'm going to nickname you cat. Sometimes when we feel blocked on a project, it's not because it's not the right thing to do. I mean, we can all overthink our spirituality and our signs. I mean, we're not everything that happens or we see is a sign. We do have to still live our lives as a normal human being, as I say. So we must never overthink the spirituality of things. So being blocked on this project could clearly just be you're dehydrated and you just need some more me time. So you're putting too much work into the project and you've got obstacles and challenges. I should have said that before, so Mr. Just can put out number 5. And it could be that you're just not giving yourself enough refreshment breaks, enough fresh air, enough time to clear your head and go back to the project. I feel like you get very consumed. You've got an idea in your head, even if it was to do a course or to go somewhere. And when you've got that idea, it's got to be done. It's got to happen. And there's just no rhyme or reason to. And if it doesn't work first time, it's a frustration thing with you, not a blocked thing. So the first thing is to take a step back. The obstacles and challenges pretty much says it all. It says it all. We all come across obstacles and challenges in our daily life. They are there for a reason. Sometimes the obstacles are there to challenge us, to get us to move forward more. Because if we ignored everything or just sat back, oh, I'm not doing that, it's too hard, we would never take a risk. So I think you're not so much blocked as there's too much energy being put onto it, and you just need to sit back and really think it. And I just feel that I want to tell you to go for a nice long walk. Obviously, us spiritual people, especially us with the witchy backgrounds, do love a nice walk in the forest or the woods or countryside. It's very good to be in tune with nature. And I just feel like I want to do that for you. A bit more grounding for you, I think, is needed, because I don't feel the project. And it's weird because I don't know what you're doing, but I've got paint pots in front of me. They're not what I'd call a normal artist. I've got like paint pots with brushes in it, and I'm not even sure if they're paint brushes now. I just feel there's a lot of things in front of me, so it's something creative. And it's weird because it's making. I've got candles as well. I don't know what is going on there. See, now I'm feeling quite. It's Jamie. Okay, okay, Jamie. I'll call you Jamie. Just there's a few things going on there. I don't know if this project isn't a one specific project. Actually, I'm now feeling that you've put a couple of things together to make a project, but actually you may have put too many things into it for this one overall end of term project. And it's about going back and taking one at a time, because I just feel that the reason you're blocked is because you're not sure where to start with it. Because I feel like I've got a table in front of me. I've got bits on the table, these weird like tubs with paintbrushes in. I've got some candles, but they're not lit, so I don't know what's going on with that. And I just feel that you're trying to put something together with all of it, and actually you need to step back, because maybe some of it doesn't even need to be on that table, because I just want to try and clear my space. So let me know, Jamie, if that makes sense. I just feel it's very creative, very artistic, and it's because it's that way. The blockage is more the flair, and actually you're not blocked. You've gone and just overloaded, is how I'd put it. So yeah, let me know if that's making sense. But it's just about more me time. Can't do a 24 project 24/7, and we can't try and eat and drink around it. That is so true. Yeah, you can't sort of be doing it and grabbing a sandwich and drink, because I feel there's a lot of that going on. You do need to clear your head, and the best way to do it, and it's the way I do it before I mean, this is what I do before I come on and do a show. It's what I do if I'm going to have a day of readings. Is a good clear meditation with some pranic breathing, because it relaxes the body, opens your mindset, and just clears all the everyday stuff out. So if you haven't tried meditation, I just feel a quick 10-minute surge may be able to clear, because there's a lot of stuff going on in there. In fact, there's been a lot of stuff going on in everyone's head today, because my head has felt quite swirly doing this show. So there's obviously a lot of overthinking going on. I don't think it's me, but it could be. So I hope that helps, Amy. I mean, you're saying it makes sense. So, but yeah, don't give up on a project. You'll know in your gut if it's wrong. If we continue to do something and our gut's telling us different, then it's wrong. Always go with your gut. And even anyone that's not spiritual as such, because people say they're not spiritual, but then they're watching shows like this. Your gut is a true belief. Yeah, your gut is always the warning. I've said it before: the fear or the flight or fight. I can't even do it now. Fear and flight sort of mechanism. Your gut will tell you if something doesn't feel right. So you go with your gut. Don't overthink it in your head. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I think, are we going to call that a day, Mr. Producer, if our buffing and our technology's all gone up the chute? I think I've lost Mr. Producer. I've lost Mr. Producer, who's gone asleep, or he's playing around with his technology. So he's putting too much energy into his paranormal sofa watching. Hi, Heidi. Thank you, Jamie. I'm glad that makes sense to you. Much love to you. Just, just take a breather. Don't give up. Don't give up if you're not ready to give up. Donding. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you very much. Hi, Gia. That must be why I said eating a sandwich. Sorry, I'm talking to the producer. No. 0 calories. Okay. Moving on. I only got a bit of that. It's breaking up. Yeah, it's breaking up. Okay, I'm breaking up, so we're going to do a quick what's on, so that you know what's coming later. And I think we're going to have to round the show down today, so technology's not been great. So tonight I'm going to go live with Spirit, because I should be used to this, at 8 p.m. UK time. We have live with Spirit, free readings, and the reader tonight is boom 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 Jason Bothwell. I said that right? Rothwell. Sorry, Jason, if you're watching. Yeah, so live with Spirit tonight with Jason, 8 p.m. UK time. So tune in there for free readings. So if anyone couldn't get a card with me today, or still want some questions answered, come back on at 8 p.m. tonight for Jason. Is that it? We got no one else. We got no other shows. Well, then the other thing is, make sure you tune in on Sunday for the Sunday Sofa with me,